Greetings, Inquisitors. Welcome to the Holocron. This is the week 150 update for the Darth Loquitur account. I update this account's progress every week. Go through all the characters, ships, mods, Datacrons, whatever we're doing for the account so that people can follow along. Please remember, as we get started, follow this diagram that you see up above. Chase down that like button and use your lightsaber. Get that thing out of here. I would certainly appreciate if you could help me get that like button gone. All right, let's get in and see what happened in the account in week 150. So we reliced a couple bots last week, getting stuff ready for the guild to contribute to territory battle operations. So that ran us out of bronzium wiring. We're going to take a couple weeks of building some characters that are just going to go to Relic Zero, so Gear 13, and without any relic levels. First one here is going to be Daka. And in order to make our Night Sisters more effective, we are going to have to commit a couple Zetas. Daka's Zeta is going to be important if we really want to do that Assault Battle Challenge Tier 1 and Mother Talzin's Lead. And those two things are going to work together and, you know, ideally give Daka a lot of health so that we can live through Phase 4 and get the Challenge Tier 1 done with Night Sisters. We're also going to upgrade BB-8. I'd love to take him to Gear 12, but the upgrade button is not lit up. So we'll go over to Scion. We'll get Scion to Gear 12. We do use the Triumvirate sometimes in Grand Arena. And even at relatively low level with that Treya Omicron, Scion can pull some weight. Candorus Ordo, we really do need to get him going at some point, so he goes up to Gear 11. And now we got this raid prep team up top that we're working with. And we'll go ahead and hit the Shore Trooper with gear up. Not much else that we can work on for the moment there. So we'll swing it on over to mods. And not many gray mods this week. We only got 4. I'm sorry, there's only 4 that we have 4 or 5 speed on that we could try to slice. So we go working through these. And if anybody wants to know my system, my method, my filters that I'm using here, it's all in my Mod Mastery series. Just look up Loquitur Mod Mastery and you'll find the series, and it'll walk you through all of what I do if you want to learn my method and my filters. This mod has offense main stat. It's 10 speed. I typically wouldn't hit that on purple, but it was a triangle that had good stats and might as well give it a shot. So we took it. We missed speed, so that was a whiff. Here we've got an arrow. Here we've got another arrow with speed on it. It's 12 speed rolls. They're pretty bad, but got to try to develop them. Either develop them or get them out of the account, one or the other. This is 11 speed, but it's 3 rolls. It's not that great, but it's worth hitting a couple times because even if we get another speed roll on it, we can leave it as a 5-dot mod. We don't have to take it to 6 dots. Here we've got a mod that we can take to 6 dots, so we're going to try to hit this 15 speed. And we miss it. A blue mod at 6 dots. We're going to calibrate before we continue to slice. That goes into defense, so now we've got 4 rolls in defense. We're going to keep the changes there. We'll do crit chance, even though it's a good stat. If we re-roll out of crit chance, then we could potentially get what we want. The mod's just in a weird spot, right? We don't want to give up crit chance on an attenuation roll, and we don't really want to slice it again, so we just leave the mod alone. I guess it's going to be a 15 speed mod, and that's it. All right, we'll go in here and we'll work the rest of the mods, and not much else to see here. Pretty quick week on mods. We really didn't get much to speak of. Datacrons, we can continue this one. It's got some pretty good offensive stats, so we're going to continue. We got crit avoidance and crit avoidance, and this is just a lot of crit avoidance now. We got armor penetration and offense, but just tons of crit avoidance. So maybe we can use that with a Kenobi team or something, or maybe with Jabba. I don't know. So we'll try to figure out some kind of a defensive situation for that Datacron where it might be able to contribute with all of that critical avoidance. All right, here we got Jabba the Hutt. Here we have an unlock on his ultimate ability, so we'll give him a spin. Remember, when you're happy with your character, you got to give him a little spin, make them feel good about themselves. And then we'll go back into mods, and we'll work on Daka. And I'm going around all these mods, and I don't really like farming health mods. I would much rather have Daka with defense mods, but I just don't have them. I got this arrow, so I thought, let's see if we can develop some speed on this arrow with a health main stat. So we're up to 21 speed. We hit it again at 6 dot purple. We have a 27 speed substat arrow with a health main stat. So that's pretty fantastic. We like that. We've got a protection circle on here, and we really don't want a protection circle on Daka. So we go in here, we try to find defense mods, we try to find stuff with health. We're looking around all over the place, and I just don't have the mods that I want for Daka right now. So we're just going to leave that alone and, you know, potentially go back and work on her when we're closer to our goal and when we're wanting to try to complete that assault battle. So leave her alone for now. I don't really want to steal good mods off of other characters for Daka. So we'll see. We'll see if we can build those mods. I did get some materials that went over my replenishment limit here, so we can make 18 bronzium wirings this week, up to 36 in total. So we've got a huge bronzium wiring deficit, of course, because we built those 2 Relic 6 characters last week. But yeah, we're recovering from that, getting some bronzium wiring back into the account. We'll do another Relic Zero next week, so we'll do the zombie as well. And again, we're just we want to make this Night Sister team usable in Grand Arena. Maybe we can throw it in as a defense. Maybe we can use it on offense against weaker teams. I've been farming Marin, so I have like a 5-star Marin by now, and eventually we'll have her to 7 stars. And I think when Marin hits, you know, we might take a look at building the Night Sisters up even more and making that a fully effective team. So just planning for the future. I'm not really ready to go back to relicking characters with, like I said, 36 bronzium wiring isn't going to help much. So I think we'll be through that next week, and we'll be back to bronzium wiring manufacturing as normal. Jabba's got his ult. We can go back to farming Kairos on light side node, picking up Mark V data pads. So we'll target a zombie Relic Zero for next week. In week 150, we're at 6.9 million GP, 90 relics, 103 zetas, 12 omicrons, JMK's getting the top 20. Profundity's getting us in the top 5, and in GAC we're back in Kyber 4. And again, we'll target that zombie for next week. The strategy for farming, same as it's been: Rex twice a day, Ninth Sister to get those Inquisitors up and running, Shore Trooper and Range Trooper to try to prepare for the new raid, Sabine because we might as well build a Phoenix team since we've got to build Rex and we've got multiple Relic Phoenix already. And then Zori for some time, 6 months from now when I'm working on Rey. In Fleet, we're doing TIE Defender, still working on that Marin. Cantina signal data, we'll be farming signal data for a long time. Hondo will come. Once I have JML Relic 9 materials in the bank, then I can start working on Hondo a little bit, try to get that Afra into the account. If we can get her as we're working on the Leia stuff, that would be fantastic. Mod Energy, 3 days a week on slicing materials, 4 days a week farming mods. And their fresh strategy is still 3 on everything. Planning is the same, nothing's changed. JML, working on Afra, Raid Troopers, Daka, all that stuff in the background. So we'll work through JML, and then we'll work toward Leia. We won't pick another big project in between JML and Leia. We'll just work on Afra, Malik, characters like that as we go along, kind of as background projects. So we won't pick like another big journey and try to complete another ship or galactic legend or something like that. So with that in mind, it's just a matter of grinding, right? So we've got the plan, we've got the characters picked out that we want to work on, and we're just going to grind our way forward and work on what we've picked, and it'll be that way probably for the next long time, right? All the way through Galactic Legend Leia. There may be a point where we can kind of negotiate. We'll have to think about some Relic 8 characters in here. I think we may want to Relic 8 the Dark Trooper for sure at some point along the way, and maybe some other characters. So we'll keep an eye out for that. That's also a way for us to spend a week without wasting bronzium wiring. We can work toward a Relic 8 character. The click from 7 to 8 doesn't take bronzium. But yeah, just grind along. I don't think there's much to say in terms of the account strategy. There's nothing much interesting going on other than just building stuff at the moment. Bronzium wiring, we had that 252 burst week last week. We gained a bunch, used it all up, and went broke. This week we got 28. We made 18 and gained 10 from events, so we're back to 36 total bronzium wiring. We can take something from Relic 1 to Relic 2. Yay. So we'll get back on track after next week. We'll make another Relic Zero character. We should be back to, let's say, maybe 100 bronzium wiring, and then we should be, after that, back to our 160 a week on our normally scheduled system. All right. Nothing else to say. That's the account update for week 150. I was thinking about that, man. When I hit 150, it's very close to 3 years. 156 is going to be 3 years with this account. And it's amazing to me that we've been doing these updates and stuck with it for 3 years. If you told me that at the start, I never would have thought that it was possible or that it would have went on this long with people still being interested. But as long as you guys are enjoying it, I'll keep doing it. That's week 150 for the Loquitur account. Please hit the like button on the way out if you didn't hit it on the way in. Subscribe to see more stuff like this in the future. Use the notification button to know when I'm doing live streams. And of course, join us on the Discord. The link is always in the description of the holocron down below. You can click on that link. Join our Discord, become part of the community. The Loquitur community is fantastic. It's a bunch of experienced players that are willing to help people out. Anybody at any level, you can get advice. So whether you're a new player trying to figure out what to build, or you're an experienced player debating what journey to do next, the crew will help you out and give you good advice, give you things to think about. And it's really a nice server. It's good community, non-judgmental. We accept anybody. So come on over, be part of the crew. Hope to see you over there. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next holocron.